Hello and welcome back to Pharma Health Insights. I'm Rajesh, and today we are going to settle an age-old question in the pharma world, which is better, quality assurance or quality control? We'll explore real salary numbers, career growth trends, and future opportunities for 2026, along with a few interesting insights from professionals working on both sides of the lab bench. So, whether you're just starting your pharma career, planning a switch, or simply curious to know which path fits your best, stay tuned till the end. Because trust me, the answer might just surprise you. First, let's take a quick step back and remind ourselves why quality matters so much in pharma. Spoiler alert, it's a really big deal. Because in this industry, one small mistake doesn't just cost money, it can cost trust, reputation, and sometimes even life. So, ready? Let's jump in and see why quality is truly the heart of pharmaceuticals. Why does quality get so much attention in pharma? Because unlike most industries, here, even a small mistake can affect real people, real patients with families who depend on these medicines to stay healthy. One faulty batch can trigger massive recalls, strict regulatory actions, heavy financial losses, and worst of all, it can harm patient trust and safety. That's why pharma companies invest huge amounts of time, money, and expertise to make sure every product is safe and effective, right from formulation and testing, all the way to packaging and delivery. Think of quality as an invisible safety net that protects both patients and the company, and QA and QC are the two strongest ropes holding that net together. Okay, so what exactly do these two strong ropes, QA and QC, really do? Let's pull them apart and see how each one holds the quality system together. Here comes the real QA versus QC breakdown, and trust me, the differences are more interesting than you might think. Imagine this, you are building a house. Quality assurance is like the architect and planner, the one who designs the blueprint, sets the safety standards, and ensures every part of construction follows the rules. They're the thinkers who build systems to prevent mistakes before they even happen. Now, imagine the quality control team as the on-site inspectors, the hands-on experts who test the bricks, measure the cement, and double-check that the final structure matches the design perfectly. They're detail-oriented, analytical, and love working with real data and results. Both roles are absolutely essential. QA prevents and governs, while QC verifies and detects. One focuses on processes, the other on precision. But their mission is the same, to make sure the final product, whether it's a tablet or an injection, never fails the moment it reaches a patient. Let's take a closer look at quality assurance. What exactly does a typical day in QA look like, and what kind of responsibilities do they handle? From documentation to decision making, this is where planning meets precision. Alright, let's step into the world of QA and see what really happens behind the scenes. Quality assurance is often labeled as just paperwork by people outside the field, but that's far from the truth. In reality, QA is the backbone of the entire quality management system. They design and maintain everything, from SOPs and training programs to deviation handling, change control, and audit schedules. Imagine being the person who ensures every department follows the company's quality rulebook. That's QA. They review every batch record, decide whether a product is fit for release, handle regulatory submissions, and lead both internal and external audits with precision. QA professionals need a mix of analytical thinking and diplomacy. They interpret complex regulations, turn them into clear daily practices, guide teams through improvements, and yes, sometimes have to say the tough no to keep the product and the patient safe. It's a role that demands strategy, discipline, and an eye for detail, because QA isn't just about checking boxes, it's about building trust in every dose. Now that we've seen how QA keeps the system running, it's time to switch gears and head where the real testing action happens, the lab. Here's where precision meets science, and data speaks louder than words. Let's step into the world of quality control and see what keeps the lab ticking. QC analysts test everything, from raw materials and in-process samples to the finished product, ensuring that every step meets the strict specifications set by regulations. They run chemical assays, microbiological tests, and stability studies to confirm that the product remains safe and effective throughout its shelf life. If you love working with instruments, experimenting with detailed methods, and letting data tell the story, QC is your playground. You'll get hands-on with tools like HPLC, GC, dissolution testers, and microscopes, carefully interpreting every result to decide whether a batch passes or fails. QC is the last line of defense before a medicine reaches a patient. It's evidence-driven, precise, and deeply rewarding when those readings match exactly as expected. But it's also demanding work, requiring patience, consistency, sharp focus, and a steady hand to maintain the highest standards of accuracy. Words are great for understanding concepts, but nothing explains it better than a real-life example. So, let's bring QA and QC to life and see how they actually work together in the real world. Here's a perfect case: antibiotic production, where QA and QC join forces to make sure every batch is safe, pure, and powerful. Let's take antibiotic manufacturing as an example. Quality assurance defines all the process controls, from how the fermenter must be cleaned, to how raw materials are approved, and even how deviations should be investigated. They make sure every single batch record is complete, traceable, and fully compliant with GMP requirements. Then comes quality control, which tests every batch in the lab, running potency assays, impurity profiling, and microbial limit tests. If the potency falls below the required level or an impurity appears, QC immediately flags the issue. That's when QA steps in again to investigate the root cause, document the findings, and if necessary, put the entire batch on hold until the issue is resolved. Together, QA and QC form a continuous loop of protection, ensuring that the antibiotic a doctor prescribes does exactly what it's meant to do, and nothing more. That partnership, built on precision and responsibility, quite literally helps save lives. Alright, time for some real numbers. What do freshers actually earn in the pharma industry as of October 2025? Let's break it down and see how QA and QC compare when it comes to starting salaries. Ready? Salary time. Let's talk about entry-level pay. As of October 2025, freshers in quality control typically start around 4 rupees and 50 paise to 7 lakh rupees per annum, while quality assurance freshers usually earn between 5 rupees to 7 lakh rupees per year. Of course, these numbers can vary quite a bit, depending on your city, the company's size, and your academic background. Having an M.Pharm degree or some exposure to regulatory affairs can definitely give you an edge. And yes, companies in metros or those focused on exports often offer a little extra. So at the beginning, the difference between QA and QC isn't huge, but over time, your skills, specialization, and attitude toward learning are what really drive the gap. But hey, money isn't the whole story. There's more to a good job than just the paycheck. Let's take a quick look at the extra perks and benefits that make these roles even more rewarding. Alright, perks overview coming up. Perks for freshers often go beyond just the salary. Most companies offer medical insurance, travel allowances, festival bonuses, and in some cases even sign-on bonuses to attract good talent. More recently, pharma companies have started focusing on employee wellness programs, things like yoga sessions, annual health checkups, and even flexible working hours, especially for documentation or QA roles. All these extras make a big difference to your work-life balance and show that the company genuinely values its employees. And honestly, for many young professionals, these perks can be the deciding factor when choosing between two similar offers. Now let's move ahead to the exciting part, the mid-career phase, also known as the real acceleration zone. This is where experience, specialization, and smart career moves start paying off. Alright, let's talk mid-career salaries. The climb begins. Between 3 and 7 years into your career, things start to get interesting. This is when professionals begin to diverge and specialize. In quality control, senior analysts and team leads typically earn between 8 rupees to 15 lakh rupees per year, depending on the complexity of the lab and the region they work in. Meanwhile, in quality assurance, managers often fall in the 10 rupees to 18 lakh rupees bracket. So, why the jump? Simply put, specialization pays. In QA, expertise in validation, GMP audits, or regulatory affairs adds major value. In QC, deep knowledge of analytical chemistry, microbiology, or hands-on experience with advanced instrumentation like HPLC or GC sets you apart. In short, when you invest in a niche skill, your salary starts reflecting your expertise. Alright, time for a real-life success story, because nothing explains growth better than someone who's actually lived it. Meet Ramesh, a QA professional who turned dedication and learning into an inspiring career leap. Ramesh began his journey as a QA executive, earning around 6 lakh rupees per annum. Just 3 years later, he had more than doubled that, reaching 14 lakh rupees per year. So, what made the difference? It wasn't luck, it was continuous learning and smart networking. He invested in GMP and quality management certifications, volunteered for cross-functional projects, and most importantly, treated every audit not as a threat but as a learning opportunity. Ramesh also mastered the art of communicating technical findings in simple business language, something leadership truly values. That skill made him visible, trusted, and eventually, promotable. His journey is the perfect reminder that technical expertise plus communication skills equals career rocket fuel in the world of pharma. Oh, which career path really fits your personality, managerial or technical? Both can lead to amazing growth, but they require very different strengths. Let's break it down and help you choose your road. By mid-career, both QA and QC professionals often reach a crossroads, choosing between the managerial path or the technical one. In QA, managers lead teams, coordinate audits, and ensure compliance runs smoothly across every department. In QC, lab leads manage testing teams, plan daily workloads, and make sure every report and result is delivered accurately and on time. On the technical side, QA experts dive deep into validation, documentation systems, and regulatory affairs, while QC experts sharpen their skills in analytical techniques, microbiology, and advanced instrumentation. Both paths are equally rewarding, one focuses on people and leadership, while the other celebrates science and precision. So ask yourself, do you see yourself leading teams or leading technology? Either way, you're still driving quality excellence forward. And now, let's move to the top of the ladder, the senior level roles where years of experience, leadership, and expertise truly pay off. This is where big responsibilities come with equally big rewards. Let's see what the view looks like from the top. At the senior level, roles like QA directors or QC lab heads can command salaries ranging from 20 rupees to 45 lakh rupees per year. By this stage, you're no longer just managing operations, you are shaping the entire quality strategy, ensuring compliance across multiple manufacturing sites, and leading large, cross-functional teams. Your focus shifts from tactical execution to strategic decision-making, balancing quality, efficiency, and business goals. These positions demand strong leadership, global regulatory expertise, and the ability to make quality a competitive advantage for the company. Yes, the pressure is high, but so is the impact. Your decisions at this level directly influence company reputation, product reliability, and ultimately, patient safety on a global scale. Let's take a moment to hear from the real world, two professionals who've walked these paths themselves. Here are Sneha and Manoj's quick takes on what life looks like in senior QA and QC roles. Sneha, a QA manager, juggles audit preparations, team motivation, and continuous process improvements, and earns around 22 lakh rupees per year. She credits her success to clear communication, staying calm under pressure, and leading by example, qualities that have earned her both trust and respect within her team. On the other side, Manoj, a QC lab head earning about 18 lakh rupees per year, focuses on lab efficiency, data integrity, and mentoring young analysts. His leadership is all about precision, training, and maintaining consistency in every result. Their stories reflect two powerful yet different leadership styles, Sneha's strategic vision in QA and Manoj's technical mentorship in QC. Both prove one thing clearly: in pharma, strong leadership, whether it's people-focused or process-focused, is always rewarded. Want to fast-track your growth and stand out in the pharma world? Let's look at the key skills and certifications that can take your QA or QC career to the next level. Alright, skills checklist incoming. So, which skills will really give your career a boost? Start with the basics: strong communication and problem-solving abilities. These are what help you explain technical issues to non-technical people, especially during audits or management reviews. Next, add credibility with certifications like Six Sigma and GMP, which show that you truly understand how quality systems work and how to improve them. Then, move into the digital space, learn tools like LIMS for lab management, get comfortable with data analytics, and build some awareness of how AI is transforming QA and QC processes. Employers love professionals who can blend domain expertise with digital know-how. And finally, never stop learning, attend short courses, join webinars, network through professional groups, and keep yourself updated with new regulatory and technology trends. In pharma, continuous learning isn't optional, it's the secret to staying relevant and growing faster. The future isn't around the corner anymore, it's already here, driven by AI and automation. These technologies are transforming how quality systems work, making processes faster, smarter, and more predictive. Alright, let's go future forward and see what's changing in QA and QC. AI and automation are completely reshaping the way quality functions operate in pharma. In quality assurance, predictive algorithms can now flag potential compliance risks before they become real problems, saving time, money, and a lot of stress during audits. Meanwhile, in quality control, robotics and high-throughput analytics are speeding up testing, minimizing human error, and improving overall accuracy. But here's the key point: this transformation doesn't make human roles obsolete, it actually elevates them. Professionals who understand how to work with data, digital systems, and automation tools will be the ones leading the next wave of pharma innovation. So if you want to future-proof your career, start updating your toolkit, learn digital, think analytical, and always stay one step ahead of technology. So, after everything we've seen, which path should you actually choose? Let's simplify it and break down the decision in a way that fits your interests and strengths. Here comes your quick decision framework for QA versus QC. Here's a simple decision guide to help you choose your path. If you love systems, processes, audits, and regulatory strategy, then quality assurance might be your perfect match. It's all about structure, compliance, and continuous improvement. But if you feel most alive in the lab environment, enjoy working with instruments, analyzing data, and uncovering patterns, then quality control will suit you better. It's where science meets precision. The good news is, both roles are flexible. Many professionals start in QC and later transition into QA, or sometimes even the other way around. In the end, choose what aligns best with your strengths, curiosity, and the kind of daily work that keeps you energized, because that's what leads to a truly rewarding career. Alright, now it's recap time, a quick and meaningful summary of everything we've covered. Let's bring it all together and see what the QA vs QC journey really teaches us. To recap, QA and QC may be different, but both are absolutely essential to the pharma industry. Each offers strong pay, steady career growth, and endless learning opportunities, especially if you keep building your expertise and upgrading your digital skills. But beyond the titles and salaries, remember this: your work in QA or QC directly helps deliver medicines that are safe, effective, and trustworthy. And that's not just a job, that's a truly meaningful career to be proud of. If this video helped you understand QA and QC a little better, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Pharma Health Insights. I'd love to hear your story. Are you Team QA or Team QC? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and tell me why you chose your path. And if you know someone who's exploring a career in pharma or thinking about switching roles, share this video with them. It might just give them the clarity they need. I'll be back soon with more career insights, compliance tips, and real-world pharma stories, so stay tuned, and as always, keep learning and keep growing. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep improving quality. Because in pharma, every small step toward quality makes a big difference.